Hi, my name is Todd. I'm with Sprinklers Incorporated. Today I'm going to be showing you how to perform a system recharge after having the system drain down with a soft drain. What you're going to want to do is, it's not quite the same as a reversal of the soft drain. There's a little bit of a different procedure here. So to start, when you go to recharge your system, you're going to want to start in your green valve box here. This is where the control valves are going to be located. So you're going to open this up, and what you'll find in here is you're going to find control valves and a drain. Now sometimes you have two valve boxes. The drain's only going to be located in one valve box, but pretty much what you want to go through is you want to just make sure everything's tight. So you want to check your solenoids to make sure that they're righty-tighty until they just hand tight, and same with your bleeder valves, these little guys here on the back. And then you also want to make sure that your drain's closed. There's two different types of drains. You got a ball valve here, which if it's perpendicular to the flow of water, then it's going to be off. Other kinds of drains are gate valves, which are pretty much like this kind of type, where you just spin it righty-tighty until it's tight. So we start in the manifold, we close that up, and then what we do is we move to the pressure vacuum breaker. So we got 4 ball valves on this device. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go ahead and close all of them. Same story with ball valves. Perpendicular to the flow of water is off. So we're going to close all those up. And then these two guys are actually already closed. We're going to just leave them closed. And then the last thing we want to do is we want to make sure that the drain is back on. So this guy has a little bleeder drain. Some houses have actually a spigot drain. We just want to close that up. So put your cap back on there and tighten it all the way up until it's nice and finger tight on there. Now we're done with the outside. We're going to go inside and recharge the system, and then we're going to come back outside and make sure that everything is pressurized up to the manifold. So now we're down here in the mech room. This is normally where you're going to find your isolation valve for the sprinkler system. You got your furnace and your water heater in here. Water heater is almost always going to be close to the water meter, which you can see back here in the back there. That's where the water comes from the street, goes to your meter, and then it comes up. And right here, you can see it actually tees off and goes to the irrigation system. So right after the isolation valve, you normally have a drain. Sometimes the drain's actually a little bleeder valve, like we saw out there on the elbow, attached to the drain. You just want to make sure that's all closed up. So same story, this spigot style, we just want to righty-tight until it's closed. Now once we got that all closed, we know everything's closed outside. We're going to go ahead and open the valve and let water run through it until we hear it stop. So we're going to open this up slowly. Don't just open it up full blown. Just turn it up slowly. We can hear it all running. What you can do is you can hear it, and then it goes away. That's a good sign. So once you hear it go away, open it up fully. If for whatever reason you're doing this and it takes you like 30 seconds and it's still not making, stopping in the noise, go ahead and shut it back off and go outside and investigate. You might have a leak, or you might have missed one of your shutoffs. So now at this phase, we're going to go back outside and recharge the manifold. Alright, so we've turned the water back on outside, and what's happened is it's charged up to this first ball valve. We call this the number 1 ball valve. It's first in line on the pressure vacuum breaker and the flow of water. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this slowly, and what's going to happen is water is going to dump out of the top here. And once we start seeing water dump out of the top, we'll open it up the rest of the way. This helps protect the internal components from getting damaged. You don't ever want to just flip it on, because it can hit and damage your internal components. So we'll open this slowly, let the water come out of it. Once the water comes out, we open up the rest. Now it's seated. You can see it stops running. On this ball valve here, we've actually got a little bit of frost damage on the top of it. But normally what we do is the same story here. We open this one up slowly and recharge down the pipe into the manifold and recharge the white components up to the manifold. So I'm going to open it up just slowly, but it's going to spray out of the top because we have a crack in the top of the ball valve. And we're just going to let it charge, and then we'll open it up fully. And then what you're going to pretty much want to listen for is just make sure you don't hear any chattering or any water running through the system. Obviously with this little bit of frost damage, it's going to throw you off, and that's what you want to avoid. In this scenario here, you'd want to give us a call. We can see about repairing that for you. But most systems, you start this off, you wouldn't have this frost damage. It would charge up and you'd be charged up to here. The drain's closed, the control valves are closed, nothing's running out in the yard. And the last thing we want to do too is, in addition to checking the drain and all these guys closed, these guys here are filters and they can actually come loose. You just want the same story, righty-tighty, make sure they're nice and tight. At this point here, you should be able to use the system from the timer and run and operate the whole system. So we've successfully recharged the system and you're good to go for the summer. Thank you.